The second skill is looking at synthetic division. And you can always use long division, but long division has the word long in it, which means it takes a long time. We want to look at synthetic division, which is division, but it goes a lot quicker than our long division. And with synthetic division, instead of dividing a factor, we are dividing through by a zero value. So that's one of the big key things right here. You need to convert from factored form to zero form. And these are what we call K values, just potential zeros that we could have. So we're going to convert factors to zeros. So in the first example here is synthetic division, 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus x plus 6. Synthetic division says we can drop off all of the variables, and I'm only going to deal with coefficients. And I'm going to divide through by a potential zero value to see what do I get a reduced form of. So here, 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus x plus 6. If I write this without the variables, it's going to be 5, 8, minus 1, and 6. I just took all the coefficients that were in front, and in front of that x we've got a minus 1. Then over here I'm dividing by x plus 2. When we do synthetic division, we need to convert from factored form to zero form. And remember, when you convert, you do something like this. You say x plus 2 is equal to 0, so then x is equal to negative 2. This is your factored form. This is your zero form. So we're going to be dividing through by a negative 2. We want to convert that factored form to a zero form. And the way we do this is we bring down, multiply, add. Is pretty much the process that we go through. A bunch of multiplying, adding, bringing down. So here we bring down the 5. 5 times negative 2 is negative 10. And we write the negative 10 in the next column. Then we add. 8 plus a negative 10 is a negative 2. Negative 2 times negative 2 is a positive 4. Negative 1 plus 4 is a positive 3. And then finally, 3 times negative 2 is negative 6. So put a negative 6 there. 6 minus 6 is 0. Now, what this tells me here is my reduced polynomial form, where the back number is the remainder, the second to the back is the constant, then we've got the x term, the x squared term, x cubed term, and so forth. So if I were to write this out, I would have 5x squared minus 2x plus 3. So if I were to do 5x cubed plus 8x squared minus 1x plus 6 divided by x plus 2 using long division, I would come up with 5x squared minus 2x plus 3, and I can see here the remainder is 0. The second example of synthetic division deals with checking for factors. I want to know, do I have a factor? And here, x to the 5th minus 32 divided by x plus 5. Is x plus 5 a factor? And remember, the question about being a factor is the remainder 0? That's going to be our determining question. So for this one, we could set it up saying x to the 5th plus 0, x to the 4th plus 0x cubed plus 0x squared plus 0x minus 32 divided by x plus 5. Or we could just use synthetic division and do this really quickly. Since we've got a factored form here, this x plus 5, we need to convert that to a 0 or a potential 0, which is a negative 5. And then I need to convert these guys into coefficients. So I've got 1 and negative 32, but I need to have a placeholder for all those other terms that aren't listed. This is really x to the 5th plus 0x to the 4th plus 0x cubed. So I need a 0 for x to the 4th, a 0 for x cubed, a 0 for x squared, a 0 for x, and then that minus 32, which is the constant in the back. Now we can go through and do our synthetic division. Bring down the 1. 1 times negative 5 is negative 5. 0 plus negative 5 is negative 5. Negative 5 times negative 5 is positive 25. 0 plus 25 is 25. 25 times negative 5 is negative 125. 0 plus negative 125 is negative 125. Negative 125 times positive 5 is positive 625. 0 plus 625 is 625. And then finally, 625 times negative 5 is negative 3,125. Negative 32 plus negative 3,125 is negative 3,157. And remember, when we've got synthetic division, the back piece here is the remainder. The second to the back is the constant. Then we've got the x term, x squared term, and so forth. And really all I want to know, is the remainder 0? You can see the remainder is a negative 3,157. So no. X plus 5 is not a factor.